can you really lose weight without doing cardiovascular exercise?
I don't think so. I mean, I look at cardiovascular exercise as movement. So I'm thinking, how can you lose weight without movement? So I think redefining that cardio concept is good. And I think really the other side of the coin is like we need to make sure we maintain muscle tissue because having more muscle tissue allows you to have a higher metabolic rate, at least slightly, and that can help you.
Well, we know that to be healthy long term, we need both types of
Yeah.
exercise, both aerobic and anaerobic. Aerobic being cardiovascular exercise, meaning getting your heart rate up, getting blood, oxygen, and nutrients to the tissues, whether it's walking, whether it's rowing, whether it's spinning a bike, whether it's a treadmill, whatever that form of exercise is, that does help metabolism because it's creating
Yeah.
blood flow. Now, just as you stated, there's that anaerobic type of exercise which builds muscle. Now, the more muscle you have on your frame, that equals burning more calories. So the balance of both is going to be the best win in the end.
Well, it is, and people tend to equate what you just said to the gym, weight training and a treadmill or a bike. But let's keep in mind that gymnasiums have only been around about 100 years. There's not something
That is
that's
true.
historically old.
So true.
Our genes have changed 2% in 10,000 years.
Say that again.
2%. That's it. 2% in 10,000 years. So you, friend, had the same genes as Noah had or his wife when they hopped off the boat. Isn't that crazy? But here's the thing about this is that we tend to think we have to go to the gym to get those type of activity arranged or done. We don't. We just have to be moving and busy and pick things up and move things around. That's what we need to be about, more activity. And you said it before, sitting is the new smoking. And it doesn't matter what you do. If you're sitting around all day long and the activity goes down and you're sedentary, you won't lose weight. You'll actually gain weight.
Well, now this body is brilliant. So if we take a construction worker, for example, this individual is doing the same thing every single day ongoing, the body kind of gets used to that. So
Yep.
the fitness level is going to plateau. So in individuals that have manual labor jobs, I will challenge them to just do a little deeper breathing, purse their lips as they're moving. That increases the heart rate. Therefore, they're not having to go to the gym later at night. They can actually use their work as their physical fitness and not have to spend more time when they need to be spending time with their families.
Oh, yeah. Those guys, like a roofer or a construction worker, they're carrying big old heavy loads of pallets or boards all day long. That's a lot of physical labor. I think, though, it's good to point out, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention this, is there's kind of this vibe that goes on in America today with all of our gyms that indicates the false belief that you can just go out there and do cardio and all kinds of exercise to lose weight, when we know that exercise should not be used as a catalyst to lose weight. Exercise should be used as a catalyst to get more fit, more muscularity, that kind of stuff, better functionality with your movement. Really, the diet and how we live our life and how much sleep we get has more to do with weight loss than exercise does.
So you're saying that you can't eat like HE double toothpicks and just cardio away.
What does HE
and
double toothpick
still-
spell?
HE double hockey sticks?
There you go. Are you getting this right? It's important. No, you can't. I mean, we have a saying that we've used many times. You can't supplement away, hormone away, medicate away, exercise away, pray away a bad diet. You can't do it. It's just that bad. And yet we want to look for one thing that does everything, or a pill that, relieves us of our ill, or some kind of exercise plan that causes us to lose weight. But it's really everything, isn't it?
So it's going to be, of course, we have to use border security or border control. We have to pay attention to what's on our plate. We have to eat the right things, fresh and raw fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, good clean protein. The excess calories is what's going to put weight on the frame. So how we improve fitness is, of course, we need to get about 150 minutes of cardiovascular activity in a week. Male, female, You know, that is kind of the minimum from the American Heart Association, American Cardiovascular Association standards. Then in terms of resistance training, that's at least 3 days a week.
3 days a week.
Of training all those major muscle groups so that we can keep muscle on the frame. What people forget is that muscle is agility. It's metabolic tissue. That is the tissue that burns the calories. So as we age, we have a tendency to decrease in our ability to maintain muscle. So we have to work at it a little harder just to make sure nutrition is on point so that we maintain that metabolic fuel that actually is what burns the calories.
Studies show that we lose a half a pound of lean body mass or muscle every year just naturally after the age of 25.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So somebody at 25
Yeah.
might look the same as 80, but they have like half the muscle.
That's right. And so what we have to do, if that's true, and I believe it is, we have to make up for that offset by building a half pound every year. And we can actually, in effect, do that. We can actually build above that to grow muscle tissue. When we lose a half a pound of lean body mass, that also correlates with a 0.5% of your metabolic rate. So now we see the relationship between maintenance of muscle tissue and the ability to maintain less fat tissue. And therein lies a big deal because we don't want to be about weight. We've talked about that in previous shows, you know, but we want to be about really exercising and moving more, sitting less, because really in today's world, the sedentary lifestyle is crushing us.
Well, and I've always talked about, you know, the loss of muscle is frailty, and frailty is a disease. With the loss of muscle as we age, that gets us more adult toys, walkers, wheelchairs, crutches, and canes. So we have to mindfully go into our advanced years being intentional about weight optimization, not weight loss, body composition optimization. Let's keep that yellow fat at a minimum and keep that muscle tissue at a maximum.
Move more, sit less, which will equate to stressing less. This, my friends, is the moral of the day, the story.
You don't want to miss
Our best tips for eating out.
And when you navigate through these economies with people, here's what happens. We want to hold their hand through it, let them know when it's time to buy, sell, reallocate, get out of Dodge. Because a lot of times when you're struck with fear does two things. Number one, it can paralyze, and people just put their head in the sand and say, I'm just going to forget about it and hopefully it gets better. Or it causes you to make a wrong decision. And this is why we are here, is to help people navigate through the political quagmire nonsense that's going on, the economic malaise, and the absolute collapse that we're seeing. And when our freedoms are eroding, our political freedoms, our economic freedoms, our personal freedoms, our religious freedoms, our health freedoms, they're all tied together. But you know what doesn't need to erode with that? Our finances.
KirkElliottPhD.com/Sherwood.
Hey friends, you already know the answer to this, but we'll ask you anyway. If you stay away from your favorite junk food for a month and then go back to supersizing it, will your health improve?
Well, that's the thing about change. To change, we have to be as consistent as possible.
And when we go back to an old habit, it's not the end of the world. We just get back at the new habit.
Before you know it, real transformation is evident to you and others.
That's why we offer a bunch of helpful bonuses when you subscribe to Kingdom Fuel.
Kingdom Fuel is our complete nutritional meal shake.
It's the simple start to a transformed life, and we'll auto ship every month so you don't run out.
You'll receive 2 free shaker cups, free access to our video courses, and a monthly call with us filled with practical inspiration.
Just see the link below or on your screen and subscribe today.
The body's amazing at recovery, so you want to give it every chance, no matter what time it is. So in that context, no, it's certainly never too late. You're never too old to start trying to be healthy.
No matter where you are in terms of your health, that you can turn this around.
It's never too late to start wellness program, and it's never too late to reach your healthcare goals. There's an old adage, and I'm not sure where it came from, but I really do like it. And they say the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is today.
We just want people to hang on to hope.
We are hope dealers. And if you are not paying attention to the 4 foundational pillars of health, physical, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual, eventually it is going to catch up.
If we get all those 4 areas right, and we do it right, we see a dynamic occur in the middle called wellness, and that's where people get better. Their health is really going to return as a side effect of wellness.